How's everybody doing? Well, I have my strawberry margarita and my spliff and the mutable signs, beginning with the Don Juan of the zodiac, Sagittarius, mutable fire, hence the red. Paloma, Paloma, Paloma. You know my Tito Rodriguez. Come on now, you all know me. mm. Oh, delicious, delicious. No donations yet, but that's okay. We're gonna finish the series. We're on a retrograde. God knows how long I'll be on the air, but I did find a way around it. I'm going to the YouTube studios down in New York City, and I'm going to do the tapings downtown in Manhattan because when a retrograde situation occurs, they pretty much know how to fix it, how to handle it. Versus myself here in my own studio at home, when it goes retrograde, the bitch shuts down. Oh, what can I do? Nothing I do. Nothing I do. And I hate that. Oh God. But you know, the devil had to find a way to fuck with you, right? So, and he's only doing his job, ain't he? So, I want to try to do as much as I can. By the way, I will be going to Florida. I'm going to Florida on Saturday, but and I will be staying in Boca Raton, and I'll be staying for a week. And therefore, between Boca Raton and I believe there's another town near Boca Raton, about 5 minutes away by car, I'm going to be staying out of the Airbnb. Airbnb is, well, no, it's an Airbnb, look at that. And I'll be in Florida for a week. I leave this Saturday, depending upon how the donations come in. To go to Florida at this time of the year is like $500 easy round trip. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that and get there because we're in a retrograde and, you know, I get hit with the money in the third house, Saturn. I get hit. So I will be there and I can take readings and meet you guys personally since I'm going to be in the Boca Raton area and it'll be this Saturday, depending upon how the donations comes in and all that stuff and get all that squared away. I will be also going to Detroit and I've already paid for the tickets and I have an Airbnb already set up. I'll be in Detroit from the 29th of January to the 5th of February. And I'm going to be taking personal readings in person throughout the Detroit metropolitan area. Okay? And I will be in that city for 7 days. But before that, after I come back from Florida, if I do go this Saturday, I will also be in the city of DC the following week after I'm in Florida, and I'll be there for 3 days. So I'll take readings from those of you who are living in the DC, Fairfax, Maryland area, that tri-state area down there. Okay, so my publicist is putting a tour together, so I can do a tour and go across the country doing readings and speaking to my subscribers across the country. So that's in the making. And again, the first part of the tour begins this weekend when I will be in Florida. In the state of Florida, I'll be in Boca Raton area, and I get to see my brother, my brother from a long time, Eddie Belen, and his lovely wife, Jasenia Belen, who live in the Boca Raton area. So I will be coming down there in a couple of days from now. Let's see how the donations go. Because with the retrograde, I'm not going to be on the air. I need to leave New York and do it in other ways. Because that's a whole month out of the air with the retrograde. So this is why I'm doing this. Okay. Without any further, that's enough for the announcements. Now, I'm getting a call. I am getting a call. And unfortunately, I cannot take the call now. Yeah, I cannot take the call now. What I was going to say. Hello, Mrs. Henry. I'm on the air as we speak. Hi, I'm on the air. How are you? Everybody say hello to Miss Danielle Henry. Yes, Fernando. I'm on the air. I'm on the air. How are you? Yes. Hi, Daniel. I'm on the air. I'm on the air. Say hello, everybody. Everybody, this is Daniel Henry. Yes, one of my publicists is organizing my trips to go to Detroit and to other parts of the country. Okay. Can I call you back, Mrs. Henry? You sure can. I have. Bye. Bye. Okay. All right. She's the one booking my tours, Mr. Henry. That's my publicist. So, Sagittarius. My Mars is in Sagittarius. The Archer, the Arrow, the Don Juan. I don't know who's more gigolo, Virgo or the bouncing, bubbly, sexy Sagittarius and his legs and thighs, or the women for that matter, equally. Or the Sagittarian woman isn't as scandalous as the Sagittarian male. Mm. Now let us go and let us talk about uh, Sagittarius, the Sagittarian ascendant man. Let me tell you something. Ah, to have Sagittarius rising is to experience, open the windows, and that breath of air comes in, and it's like you can smell all kind jasmine, gardenias, mums, chrysanthemums. It is a breath of fresh air. With but Sagittarius on the ascendant is a little tricky. It's a little complicated. The Sagittarian energy is very clumsy, disorganized, erratic, and a little bit oop. Yeah, like Miss Libra or Mr. Libra. They share in that gullibility, almost like, oh, I didn't know. Like, but it's so adorable. You can be mad at them. Sagittarius and the ascendant. What marks the Sagittarian ascendant for both the man and the woman is that there's constant flux and constant changes. The changes are constant, they never stop. There are moment to moment adjustments that have to be made when you have a fire sign on the ascendant. But when you have Sagittarius, it can be an inconvenience and a nuisance, or it could be downright, at best, annoying to deal with inconsistencies and erratic fluctuations and inconsistent expectations. This is mutable fire. You have fire. Fire has three stages. You have the blue flame, you have the white flame, and then you have the red flame. The red flame is Leo. The white flame, which is hotter than the red, is Aries. But then when the fire wanes down, it turns blue. If you put your hand, when you light a match, if it's blue and you put your finger in it, it's not going to burn you. It'll burn you though if it's crimson white or red, like Aries or Leo. But when it's blue, the fire is waning. That's the spirit of Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules that blue flame that barely burns you unless you leave your finger long enough. While the white is Aries. The mere heat of it can burn your fingers before it touches fire on your flesh. And then you have the crimson red with the sparks flying all over the place, like solar flares falling off our sun. That's Leo. Fixed fire. So, the blue fire is like the baby of all the fiery flames of the fire signs. So this blue flame may not be aware that it can one day be a crimson white or burning fierce red. A blue fire is on its way out, or it can be gaining momentum to burn into that big flare. It can go either direction. This is the mutability of fire when you have Sagittarius and the ascendant. Fire connotes wisdom, just like the serpent connotes wisdom, and the eagle and the scorpion. But the wisdom of the blue flame or violet flame of Sagittarius is that of pure innocence of spirit, while the other flames of fire are more seasoned and more experienced. The Sagittarian fire is unexperienced, innocent, and genuinely truthful. This is the vibratory nature of the violet flame or blue flame of the Purple Heart that is found in the Templars and in the Rosicrucians and in other monastic orders. Remember, it is Sagittarius that goes out into the conquered land to Christianize the natives and indoctrinate the new order by the incumbent king, which has just conquered the land. Aries conquers the land as the emperor, and Leo comes in and sits on the throne. And Sagittarius, mutable fire, goes out to Christianize or to indoctrinate the newfound kingdom incumbent in Leo. Sagittarius on the ascendant. He's the missionary or the executioner. Yo nunca besaré tu boca. Okay, so understand. Hold on one second. Yes, hi, Mr. Terrence. I am still consulting. I will be almost done. I'm in a key situation, and I'm also currently on the air. But I got that for you, but I'm still consulting. I'll do another slot. Let's do for 7 o'clock this evening for tomorrow. Okay. Okay, and then I have complete attention for you for tomorrow. It just been non-stop since 6 o'clock this morning. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., which is on the 30th, right? Okay, 3 p.m. Okay. Okay, Mr. Terrence. Okay, I will be consulting with you at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So, thank you very much. So, again, Sagittarius on the ascendant. It is self-discovery. When you are born with Sagittarius on the ascendant, when you have Sagittarius on the ascendant, you're discovering yourself or reinventing yourself. And once you do that, you can choose to be cardinal and educate those around you. It is the opportunity to be cardinal or fixed or mutable. When you are born with a mutable cross, you have the option to be cardinal or fixed or stay in the middle. Those who are born with a mutable cross, particularly Sagittarius and descendant, know the truth and understand the truth as it is disseminated across cultures and races. Because remember, Sagittarius rules different cultures and different races. The truth is seen as an underlying fabric that binds all races and cultures. And Sagittarius understand this intrinsically, inherently. How does this principle, which is very inherent and embedded in the soul of the Sagittarian, both on the rising, and the ascendant, or the sun sign, how does that, or how is that truth disseminated in the personality. I'll tell you how and why. It is disseminated to the personality of the Sagittarian ascendant person by always and constantly speaking the truth and being truthful. Lies is a cancerous omen to the Sagittarian. Truth and nobility of truth. But then again, understand the opposite polarity is Gemini. There are many kinds of truths, many varieties of truths, or many interpretations of the same truth. Sagittarius on the ascendant, sharing the polarity point of Gemini. Yo nunca besaré tu boca. You don't understand these songs, baby. It keeps me going. So understand that with Sagittarius on the ascendant, there tends to be a form of impartiality to anyone's ethics or anyone's philosophies. The Sagittarian ascendant, or equally someone with the sun in Sagittarius, is going to not be too emotionally impassioned or invested in any particular truth because they know that truth is relative and truth can come in many forms. And at the end of the day, the truth can be compromised. The truth can be altered and modified to fit the interpretation of its listener or that who is expounding on that truth. Here, the paradox of the Sagittarian ascendant person being so truthful, so honest, really is a paradox because on a global mundane level, the Sagittarian can put a spin on his own interpretation of philosophy and become bigoted, opinionated. And even though it is a mutable sign, it's interesting that the Sagittarian person can get locked in his own philosophy, almost like a fixed sign, and not deviate from it, and indoctrinate his truth as he sees it, or her, into the mouths of others. This is exactly what Jim Jones did in Jonestown when he killed all these people, 820 people in Guyana, or David Koresh of Waco, Texas, or David Applewhite of Heaven's Gate. This is the danger of the Sagittarian philosophy, that once it has made up its mind that this is the cornerstone of truth, it will try to indoctrinate it and spoon feed it onto others. Here we see the dark nature of Sagittarius on the ascendant. He who will be an intellectual bully and bully you into accepting his views and philosophies. This sexy man or woman, they can be very autocratic in their views. Sagittarius and the ascendant. Oh my God, I forgot the split. Let me light it. So understand, I'm gonna get a good pull, a good pull. They call this the youngins, the millennials. They call this I forgot what the name was, sweet chocolate. So, it's good. It's good. When it puts you through that, my nigga, it's good. So understand, when you have Sagittarius and Descendant, you want to have a good time. You know, share yourself with others, be in a forum where there can be exchanges of ideas and the enthusiasm that can be connected with these ideas can be electrifying and intoxicating. You have to understand that the Sagittarian ascendant person is interested in climbing. Like Libra, the Sagittarian person, whether it is on the ascendant or whether it is a sun sign, they are social climbers and they can be backstabbers along the road to the climb to the top. Like Libra, Sagittarius can be very dangerous because you won't see him coming. Sagittarius and the ascendant. Oh yeah, it's time for a re-up. Thank God I got the bottle ready. Understand that this is Sagittarius. Mutable fire. There has to be happiness, joy. It's ruled by Jupiter, the king of the gods. It's about having a good time. But here lies the problem, though. Too much of a good time can kind of be boring, too. It can kind of be boring. You know, the Sagittarian personality, as it's governed by the ego, doesn't want to deal with life's conflicts and life's bullshit. It wants total blissful happiness, cheerfulness, no, no drama. But Sagittarius doesn't want to deal with your shit. They don't want to deal with drama. Hey, call a bitch, get the fuck up and do something. You know, they can appear emotionally non-caring or non-emphatic, not showing emotional empathy, which you know can lead to the road of sociopathology. Sociopaths are that way. But what did I tell you? The fire signs can be narcissistic. Narcissism, even though the mythology I told you, the mythology of narcissism is Taurus and Venus, Narcissus. But it's interesting that the execution of such narcissism is so more apparent in the fire signs than in any other modality of the zodiac signs. That's just deep. That's just deep. I've been with many Taurians, men and women, and I have never experienced that kind of narcissism that's so low, so legendary, as you see it in Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Para bailar, para gozar, mi cha cha cha. Oh Lord. So, what is the actual cosmic nature of the Sagittarian man and the Sagittarian woman? Well, let me tell you. Three things that you gotta know. When you have Sagittarius on the ascendant, there is a search for meaning. There is a deep, deep search for meaning. And it never ends. But then there are polarity points with the person born with Sagittarius on the ascendant. Because they could jump into debauchery, excess. True excess to the point of where you can kill yourself with it. These are phases that the Sagittarian ascendant person goes through. And then there are other phases, like for example, when they want to talk about their truth and they want to share their truth to see if they can connect on a larger scale. If all goes well, they will not spoon feed you or indoctrinate onto you their own philosophy, the intellectual bully. Okay? Sagittarius as a rising sign is a beautiful position You are constantly looking to have adventure, and an adventure is always thrown at your disposal. And we're down with Sagittarius on the ascendant.